Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. So let's just have a quick roundup of where we are with things. A previous customer of mine was going to buy this, but it was all dependent on him getting a new job, and they offered him a job, but then they pulled it because of funding and stuff. So unfortunately he couldn't buy that one, so that's still hanging around. I relisted the Vauxhall Viva, had two people interested in this car. Someone pulled out last minute, so she didn't go for it, and then I had another customer who come to view this car, but eventually ended up putting a deposit on another car, which will go through. The Duke, I need to do the rear lacquer paint on this one. I should say the lacquer peel on this one. So if you watch my previous videos, I haven't got around to it, but there's lacquer peel across the bumper here. So I'm going to attempt to do that in the next couple of days when I get a chance. Apart from running around buying parts for cars and stuff. Peugeot 208, that's listed up for sale. Again, no interest in that one. The iX35 didn't have a spare tyre, so I bought an inflation kit for that one. That just needs a good clean. That's ready up for sale. It will be ready up for sale. The S-Max, I bought the door lock, so the only thing on this one is now is to need a door lock for this one. I bought a door lock off eBay. My mechanic's going to fit it tonight, so then that'll be ready for sale as well. I just need a good clean. The Fiat Panda, I got that back from the body shop. I'll do a separate video on this one, but I'm pretty happy with what he's done on the front bumper. So this was a Cat S Fiat Panda that I took in part exchange. Sun's right in the camera's eyes, you probably can't see it, but we've done the front bumper and the rear bumper. Rather than doing the paint, we've just touched it up along the back here. So we just touched it up rather than painting it all again. It's a Cat S car. We pulled out this rear deflector as well, so that just needs a good clean now and a polish, which I'll do. And then one of the customers who was interested in the Vauxhall Viva, she's got a RAV4 that she's going to sell to me, but the Viva turned out to be too small for her. So she was telling me what kind of car she wanted to buy, and I suggested to her the SX4, and then she was umming and ahhing about it, but I said, why are you still here? She come from Corby, which is about half an hour, 40 minutes away from us. So I said, oh, why is she here? You might as well come and have a drive of the SX4. It's a nice car, a little run around. You want something a bit bigger than a Viva. You got a RAV4, so you want something that's a bit slightly higher up off the ground, but not as big as the RAV4. So this kind of ticks the boxes. So this is what she's gone for. So she put a deposit down on this one. She should be here any minute now to come and collect it. So we'll see if she's happy with the car. Really nice lady, and we've taken this in as part exchange, which I think I'll do a separate video on this one. So it's a 2003 Toyota RAV4. Yeah, like I said, I'll do a separate video on this one. Interesting part exchange to take in. Not something I normally would take in, but there's always a story behind everything. So we'll catch up on that one on another video. So I'm just in the S-Max. I've got a door lock with me here, ready to drop off to my mechanic. So I'll just show you guys what the issue is. So if I lock the doors from the inside, you can see the door lock's pushed inside there, and on the rear one you'll see it's automatically pushed in as well. But on the front passenger side, it stays remaining open. You have to do it manually, then it locks, otherwise it stays open. So I've got a door lock here. I'm going to drop that off to my mechanic, and I'm going to pick up the Mokka from him. So I've just got the Mokka back from my mechanics. He's done all of the work, ready for its MOT test. We've spent a lot of money on this car, so let's go through what we've done. So we've changed this door because the original door on there had a dent. So I paid £300 roughly for that door. And then what my mechanic had to do, because the door that I bought, this was all black and this was just blue, so we had to take these bits of trim off the original one and put it onto this door. But I'm happy with that now. Colour match is really good between the two blues, which is good stuff. So while he was doing all of the MOT repairs, so you had to do coil springs, suspension arms, top mounts. No. So whilst he was doing the MOT repairs on the car, so he had to do suspension arms, coil springs, track rod ends. He had to do a service as well. I checked the timing belt change interval, and it was due a change, so we got the timing belt done as well. So I've spent, in total on this car, I've spent about, including the parts and the labour, including the door, about £1,300 on this car. But now it's ready for someone mechanically anyway. I just need to give it a good valet. The other thing I had to do with this one is the front window wipers were temperamental, and then when I took it for the MOT, typically on the day of the MOT, they weren't working at all. So my mechanic had a look, and what we had to do, what I've done here, is I've bought a window wiper motor. So what happened was, I guess it's a bit of a bad design. What my mechanic was saying, the window wiper motor on the Mokkas is underneath this bit of trim down here. And what happens is, when it rains and stuff, because there's a lot of twigs and just settled water along here, so what happens is water seeps down and then it goes in down here as well, I guess, down into the wiper motor. He did open up the wiper motor and give it a good clean, but that didn't fix the issue. So I bought a wiper motor from eBay, cost me £30. So we're getting that done today, and then that'll be good for a retest and a good clean. I've also got the S-Max back from my mechanic as well, so I dropped this off to him to do the door lock on the front passenger side. It's all working now, so if I lock the doors with the central locking, it's all locking now, which is good. While I've been driving this around, I noticed that the rear parking sensor was temperamental and it was beeping sometimes when it shouldn't. So I got him to do the scan on his diagnostic machine, and it turns out that this rear outer parking sensor is faulty. So I'm going to order one of them from eBay. But what I've got in the back of this one, I'm just going to go down to my local, there's 2 scrapyards local to me. I've got the old Mokka door, so there's bits in there that's still good, like the speaker's good, the door lock's good, and then the window motor regulator is all good. So there's bits in there that someone might want to buy, so I'll see how much offer me for that. And also on the Mokka, the battery was no good, so we had to replace the battery as well. So I've got the old battery there, and I know like scrapyards pay £5–10 for a battery, so hopefully I get some money back from that. Well, that turned out to be a bit of a nightmare. So I took the Mokka door, which was there previously, down to 2 scrapyards local to me in Northampton. One of them said they don't buy parts of people, and they will take it off my hands but wouldn't give me any money for it. I took her to another scrapyard, and they said that they don't buy parts from people either. So then I thought, what do I do with the door? So one of the guys that I used for alloy wheels refurbishment, Daz from Unique Powder Coaters, I think I mentioned him and showed his unit in one of my first videos that I've done on YouTube. He's helped me out over the years. He's given me a few parts for free and stuff like that. So I thought, he's helped me out over the years, so I can let me go and give it to him, drop it off to him. It's got a few bits that he can use potentially, because he does some work on cars, like he gets some cars from Copart and stuff like that. So I thought maybe he'll take off my hands. So I popped over to him. I couldn't even give it to him in the end. He didn't want it. He said he's got too many parts in his unit, he needs to clear out his unit, so he didn't want it either. So he just recommended, which I thought I was going to do at the end of the day, just put it on eBay. I was going to put it up for 99p with no reserve, and it will only be collection only, because I'm not going to go around the hassle of trying to get that door delivered, because when I received the door that I put on, it was all on a pallet and stuff, so I can't be dealing with that. So yeah, I've taken the door back home. And in terms of the battery, the old Mokka battery, I took it to my local metal recyclers, and I got £7 for that. So at least I got something for that, and every penny counts in terms of taking the cost off the repairs of the Mokka. Because I forgot to mention as well, we've had to replace one of the glow plugs as well. So there's a lot of money's gone into that. So anything I can get back from the battery and from the door will help me with the costs covering the repairs on that one. So I'm just back in the Mokka, and I got my mechanic to swap the motor over for the window wipers, and now we're cooking on gas. Wipers are working, so I just dropped it off to the outside my MOT station, ready for its MOT tomorrow. So hopefully we get an advisory free MOT on this one. So I've just picked up the Mokka from the MOT station, and now we have a clean bill of health, which is always good to see, which is good news. The other thing I remembered about the Mokka is the air conditioner's not working, so I need to get the aircon regassed. So it seems like a never-ending list of things to do with this Mokka, but we'll get there in the end. So I've got the glow plug for the Mokka. There's only one that needed replacing, so I'll get my mechanic to replace that. And also I've ordered replacement parking sensor for the S-Max. So mechanically, once those bits are put into the cars, then cars will be good to go. Also, I got this through my letterbox a couple of days ago. A local magazine advertising like local news and local businesses and stuff. There's a contact number and email address there in terms of advertising in here. And I think I'm going to do it. I think it's about £33 per issue. And it comes out every couple of months. But I think it's worth doing because it'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of, do I get any response from advertising on here? Not just people buying cars from me, but potentially getting cars from people selling cars to me as well. So I might do that. I'll look into that, and we'll see if that helps out the business in terms of getting my name out there and establishing a name within my local area. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I had a customer who was interested in the Vauxhall Viva, but she ended up buying another car. A couple of days ago, she messaged me again saying, "Is a Vauxhall Viva up for sale?" And I thought that was a bit strange because she ended up buying another car. I said it is, and she said she would like to come down and view it. And I said, "Oh, what happened to? I thought you bought a car. What happened to that?" So a bit of a sad story, really. So she bought a Citroen C3 from a private buyer. It was a 2015 with only 28,000 miles on the clock, but it's a bit of a weird one. It had like 6 previous owners and no service history. She sent me the HPI report check and stuff, and that all came out clear. So it's a bit strange it had so many previous owners but no service history. So she bought it from a private buyer, and within a couple of days on a check, engine management light came on. So she took it down to her local mechanics. They did a diagnostic check and all that kind of stuff. They changed the spark plugs on the car, and she said it was driving fine after that, but she's lost confidence in the car. So from £6,000, she's asked me if I was interested in it, but with no service history and that amount of previous owners, I was a bit umming and ahhing, seeing that it had some issues as well with the car. So I kind of withheld giving her an offer. So she took her to a local We Buy Any car, and they offered her £3,600. So she made £2,400 loss on that car within a week or so, which is really crazy. And this goes to show that if you buy from a private buyer, it's sold as seen and there's no comeback. But then you get other buyers you get customers who are buying from dealers who give you warranty and you're covered by 6 months consumer rights, and then they're moaning about the prices of the cars. So it's a bit of a catchy one there. What do? Do you potentially pay the lower price, but then you got no warranty, no comeback, or do you pay the higher price and then know that if you're buying from a good dealer that they've got you covered for 6 months? But anyway, so she's sold off her Citroen C3 to We Buy Any car, and she's coming down to view the Vauxhall Viva in a couple of minutes now. So I'm just going to give it a quick refresh before she comes, and then we'll see if we can get this one sold and moved on. So we sold the Vauxhall Viva, which was there, which is good news. So a really nice couple come down, took it for a test drive, really happy with the car. They did try and haggle down on the price with me, but it was up for 5,295, and that was well under Auto Trader recommended retail. Other cars with a similar mileage and spec were listed for about 6k, so 5,295. And I said, look, I've done all advisories, it's been serviced, it's good to go. So we got another car sold, so which is good news. So I think I'll end the video here on this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. There's about 70% of you guys are watching the videos and not subscribed, so please subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel out. Make sure you hit the like button as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.